If you're thinking about doing a Roth conversion this year, avoid these 3 traps. Number 1 is the 5-year rule. Now, you may have heard of the 5-year rule, but what I want to draw your attention to is there are multiple 5-year rules. The one that I'd like to reference in this video is the 5-year rule pertaining to people entering retirement above the age of 59 and a half. You want to be sure if you do a conversion after age 59 and a half and you want to begin withdrawing money out within the 5 years of doing that conversion, that you only withdraw up to the principal amount. What do I mean by that? If you convert $100,000 and the money begins to grow in your Roth IRA to $120,000 within a 5-year period, be sure to withdraw only up to the $100,000 and not the growth, because then that may trigger a taxable event. Another thing to be aware of is once the 5-year clock begins, it's only for that specific conversion. So next year, if you decide to do another Roth conversion, you're not starting in year 4. That clock resets for that specific portion of money. So that is the 5-year rule that I'm referencing in this video, because I primarily work with those over the age of 59 and a half that want tax-efficient retirement distribution planning. So this is typically the rule that I focus on most, but just be aware that there are multiple 5-year rules. Avoid trap number 2. This is something that a lot of people have come to me and said, I did not know that I could use outside money for the tax bill. And so when we convert this $100,000 in this example, you owe taxes on that, but you don't owe taxes immediately. You have until the next filing season to pay those taxes. So if you'd like, if you have outside money in a taxable brokerage account or checking, savings, CDs, whatever it may be, you can use the outside money to pay the federal and sometimes state tax. Therefore, more money of the conversion ends up in the Roth. So if you convert $100,000 and you have outside money to pay the tax bill, all $100,000 go into your Roth rather than, say, $70,000 because you've withheld 30% for taxes. Another nice thing about using outside money for the tax bill, if you have it, is you're able to avoid liquidating investments. So if you have a specific investment that may be hard to liquidate or something you just don't want to sell, you can transfer the actual investment itself into the Roth without having to sell it, as long as you have cash outside to pay the tax bill. Avoiding trap number 3 is converting the money into the Roth and then investing it conservatively. This is probably the most common trap that I do see happen. And the entire reason for converting money into the Roth IRA is, of course, to reduce the amount of taxable or tax-deferred money that you have and increase the amount of tax-free money that you have. And so if you have your IRA invested aggressively, your IRA is just going to keep growing and ballooning, and therefore you'll have to keep converting and continue to pay taxes. So the idea is you invest your traditional IRA conservatively to avoid massive ballooning or growing. Take your current income from the IRA, since you want to reduce that account eventually down to 0, and convert money and take the Roth money and invest it more aggressively to take advantage of the tax-free growth. This is especially important if you're paying the taxes from the converted amount. What do I mean by that? So going back to our $100,000 example, if you convert $100,000 and you're paying the taxes from that, let's say $70,000 ends up in your Roth IRA. So you're already down 30% from what you started, and so investing it more aggressively is going to give you a better potential chance for growth rather than keeping it conservative. Now, a final note here would be to always consult with a CPA before making any tax moves. Now, after watching this video, if you're ready to avoid these traps and more financial traps in retirement, click the link in the video description below to schedule a complimentary discovery session where we're able to discuss your needs and concerns one-on-one.